Cheerio. It's not a very good Cheerio. I usually talk about murder. I would like to talk about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. I'll be very, very short. I don't care which political side you're on. This is ridiculous. If you cannot beat a man in a debate, you do not shoot him. If Margaret Sanger were alive today, if you watch me, you know how I feel about abortion. I would be horrified if someone assassinated her. Now, it probably would not physically affect me the same way. I'm not going to lie. It's 5:45 in the morning Eastern time, and I really have not slept. RFK Jr. put out a statement comparing him to his brother. You know, this is not the first time they've shot someone with eloquent speech. President Obama put out a statement. I'm not sure. I hope he meant it. Trump ordered flags at half-staff for a week, so we're going to have our flag here at Meredith 2 cents half-staff for a week. 5:45, I believe, Eastern time, almost 6 o'clock Eastern time, and the FBI has 0 suspect. If you're a praying person, please pray. I've seen a couple people who think, well, the shooter was definitely a professional. I mean, to strike that way in 200 yards, it's on Twitter. You can see it. It'll make you sick to your stomach. You literally see the bullet go in, and you see his insides of his neck leave. The boy called me at 2:30, and I had found out about it at this point, but they were not giving updates. You know, and he's like, Charlie Kirk has been shot. And I told him, I said, yes, I've heard that, but they're not giving any updates. You know, he could be okay. He said, no, I've heard he was shot directly in the neck. And this kid's a 9th grader. They're not allowed to have their cell phones during the day. You know, they put them in some magnetic pouch. You have to use a special magnet to open. And I said, oh, okay. And I hung up the phone. I immediately went online, and within 15 seconds, I saw the video. I won't lie, I watched it probably 3 times, and I have not consumed any food since that. I called the boy right back and told him, and I could hear him tell his friends, she's going to send me the video, hang on. And so I sent him the video, and it's just sickening. Today's 9/11. I'm sure everyone who's alive remembers where they were. Obviously, if you weren't alive, you don't remember where you were. My oldest was 6 months old, and I saw it on... No, I was taking a shower, and I always listen to the news because I'm gay like that. And the guys talked about the plane hitting the Pentagon. And I ended my shower, and I had a play group of friends. You know, we all had children the same age. And I put my baby, in the stroller, and I was a runner. Well, it's not. And I jogged over to her house. Well, as I got to her house, there were 2 construction guys doing something in the road, and I stopped. And I said, have you heard the country's under attack? And, what? And I said, put your radio on, find out what's happening. Because they didn't have any music or anything on, obviously. No, they didn't have the radio on. And they said, okay. And I jogged over to my friend Michelle's house. My friend Michelle, who I just saw a couple days ago. And I will never see those men in their lives ever again. But I guarantee that their 9/11 story will be some lunatic woman, you know, with a baby in a stroller. So, again, if you're a prayer, please pray today. Pray for all the victims of 9/11. Pray for Charlie Kirk's family. Oh my goodness, he has 2 young children. I didn't realize he was only 31. He has a lot more intelligence than the average 31-year-old. If you're 31, I apologize. But I'm going to shut this down. Hard to hit like on this, but hit like. If you're able to put your flag at half-staff for a week, please do that. We have a flag out in our front of our house, and the man was out there late last night getting it to half-staff. So, take care. God bless you. God bless Charlie Kirk's family. God bless Charlie Kirk. And God bless this America. Toodaloo.